So this format's full of speed decks. You've got your Jumpluff, Jumpluff, Jumpluff with AMU, Jumpluff Luxray, Jumpluff, and if you're feeling special, Jumpluff. It's a really nice variety. But all these guys are forgetting about the original speed deck of this format, and if they're not careful, their grandpa's gonna come back out of retirement and kick them into gear. Kingdra is back. You're Reggie Rocket with my nonsense and hopeless Poke products. You won't stop till you're about to the top with all the hot tips. Hit with the metagame train, the reigning top chicks at the top of his game, and you can't hit on top this. You want the best tricks? I suggest you profit. You want a mess split? I suggest you profit. Once we started rolling, you know you can't stop it. Let's go and get some lessons from JWittz and Profit. Yeah. Hey Profit fans, today I'm going to talk about the revival of the Kingdra deck due to the newly released Kingdra Prime card from our Heart Gold, Soul Silver unreleased set. Kingdra's been around since 2008, but that hasn't stopped it from succeeding. Kingdra's had relative success across battle roads, cities, states, regionals, and even our last nationals event. So, Kingdra's definitely a deck you're gonna want to prepare for. It's a lot like Jumpluff, so I'm just gonna skim over most of the essentials. The draw and support Pokemon in Kingdra are all the same as Jumpluff. You've got your heavy Balto and Claydol line, a solid number of Hooksies, a Chatot MD to draw through Power Lock, an Azelf LA to search through prizes, Crobats to drop damage counters, and probably a single unknown Q to prevent bad starts. Your main Pokemon line should even look the same, with a 4-2-4. You've got Kingdra with the Horsing and Seadra from Legends Awakened. The real debate comes in with the Kingdra line. The first and original Kingdra definitely needs to be at least 2 in the deck. He has 130 HP, a bad plus 30 weakness to lightning, and a decent 1 retreat cost. Back in the day, people designed their decks around Aqua Stream with 12 or more water energy in the deck. But nowadays, the attack is only used as a last-ditch effort to get water energy back into the deck. Dragon Pump is the heart and soul of this deck, doing 40 base damage and 20 more active and 20 to the bench if you discard 2 cards out of your hand. As long as you have room in your hand to discard the 2 cards, hitting for a constant 60 and 20 to the bench, plus any extra belts or Crobat you drop, is a devastating force. The new face, Kingdra Prime, pairs well with his Legends Awakened brother. Its HP is the same, retreat is the same, but the weakness is a lot worse, being ×2 instead of just plus 30. Its power, Spray Splash, is the same as a Crobat drop, but you can drop a damage counter every single turn. This will offer great support from the bench as you add 10 damage along with Kingdra LA's 20 to the bench every turn. And his own attack isn't half bad. He hits for 60 damage for 1 energy, unless your opponent has a fire Pokemon in play. Right now I think either 2 or even just 1 Kingdra Prime is the right play for this deck. Remember how similar Jumpluff's Pokemon line was to Kingdra? Well, the trainer line is almost identical. The only differences from the Jumpluff line would be probably at least 1 extra expert belt for Kingdra, since Kingdra can take a much bigger hit than Jumpluff can, and maybe some small cuts in your search engine to make room for tech cards. We'll get to those soon. The energy line, as you guessed, is the same too. 4 to 5 water energy and 2 multi-energy. So, here's what your skeleton Kingdra list would look like. So this leaves you with 54, 55-ish cards, but keep in mind, not all lists need to run exactly like the skeleton I've posted. You could choose to cut out the Poketurns, or the Crobats, or the Chatot, and you'll find yourself with a lot of extra room. So, here's the big techs you'll see in Kingdra. The big one that I highly recommend is Super Scoopa. This card allows you to flip a coin, and if heads, pick up a Pokemon, everything attached to it, all energies, and all Pokemon below it back to your hand. This is a great and annoying move to do when you have a heavily damaged Kingdra. Just Super Scoop it back up to your hand, then drop it back down with Broken Time Space or Rare Candy. Because they run such a low energy cost, you can just attach again and attack in the same turn. You can also use Super Scoop Up to reuse Uxies or even Claydols if you have Broken Time Space in play. Another common option is simply adding more Expert Belts or Plus Powers to make Kingdra stronger. Kingdra will usually be doing less damage than Jumpluff does, so this is a strong option if you feel you'll be needing to do extra damage. Luxray is still an option in Kingdra, but it doesn't work as well as it does at Jumpluff.
Jumpluff is free retreat, so you can just switch to Luxray on the fly. But even just having one retreat, Kingdra can't perform the switch out as well. Warp Point is another great card for retreating active Claydolls or switching to the bench for cheap prizes. I'd run at least one in my Kingdra. Kingdra has one major problem on its hands though. Not only does it have lightning weakness to Luxray GL, the winningest Pokemon of the format, but it also struggles against Garchomp C level X, who can heal the damage off that you place in the bench with his Dragon Breath ability. Because it just so happens that Luxray and Garchomp are often played together in the toughest deck of our metagame, investing a specific counter against them is a good idea. Personally, I'd recommend trying out a 101 Machamp line. With Machamp, you can build him in one turn using Rare Candy, and use either a teched Fighting Energy or a Multi-Energy for a quick Takeout attack. As you all know, Takeout can knock out an unevolved Pokemon in one hit, as long as they don't have Unknown G attached to them, and this can be a great counter to the SP decks that give Kingdra so much trouble. As far as the matchups go, Kingdra has a pretty solid pairing against everything except decks that can heal, like Garchomp C or anything with Rising Rival's Nidoqueen in it, and any kind of early Power Lock or Trainer Lock. Like Jumpluff though, you always have that chance of winning on the first turn, with a 60 or more damage donk.
So that's the Kingdra deck for you. Kingdra might suffer from having a fairly poor Luxchomp matchup, but it's actually really good against Jumpluff, due to its high HP and the extra prizes that you take off the bench. Kingdra receives some much needed support with Kingdra Prime, and it'll definitely be in a lot of the events to come. Watch out for it. And would you look at that? Today, I've got a surprise announcement. Happy birthday to you, Jason Harden, from Odessa, Texas. Thanks for being such a dedicated fan to the show, and I'll definitely be sending one of my famous JWittz cards your way. Well, that's this week's deck analysis. I hope you liked it. And it looks like Battle Roads are coming up soon. In fact, I'm gonna go to one or two this weekend, so I'll definitely talk to you about them in my next episode. What decks are you guys planning to take to your Battle Roads? Post your comment in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching today's episode of Profit, and have a nice weekend and summer. Peace. Today's information-filled Profit episode was brought to you by Stop2Shop.com, and they've got a special offer for you. If you use the coupon code PROF-IT, all caps, you get 15% off your full order. Stop2Shop.com offers a wide selection of decks, packs, single cards, sleeves, and they offer $1.99 shipping for up to 100 single cards. Be sure to check them out for your Pokemon card needs, and thanks for sponsoring Profit.